requirements and tests set forth by this company, demonstrating that they can work and behave in public settings, spaces as a team in a calm and polite manner. They have completed the American Kennel Club's Canine Good Citizen Award, also known as a CGC, and this entitlement shall be good for a period of 3 years and is subject to recertification in 2027. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? Oh, good morning to you. Everybody's having a good morning. How's everybody doing this morning? I'd do a lot better if I hadn't got this dumb clip. I guess I'm gonna watch it. Somebody sent me something. Oh, why? Like, I think I remembered. Pretty sure. Thank you, hon. What? Oh, that's just idiotic. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad he don't believe that I fucking talked to him. You know what does that matter? I know I did. So fuck what he says. You know. I just like to figure out how people square this right here. Make sure I cover his name up. Oh, seems like that says Brownie right there. Oh, March 2024. Oh, by completing the requirements and tests set forth by this company, demonstrating that they can work and behave in public settings, spaces as a team in a calm and polite manner. They have completed the American Kennel Club's Canine Good Citizen Award, also known as a CGC, and this entitlement shall be good for a period of 3 years and is subject to recertification in 2027. Huh. What does that say? Huh. Is that a name right there? Is that somebody's signature right there? And then is this another owner and lead trainer signature? Yeah, I believe it is. So I really don't. You know what? And maybe I should block this number because this person got something wrong the other day, and I don't know if they're really trying to antagonize me or one of them or not. I'll probably block that number. I just love it when people try to say, "Oh, he didn't like." If you think, and they know how easy it is because I've spent thousands of dollars to get him trained. From rescued in January 2022, started training with basic behavior online with good pup, all the way till that was about March of 2022 to April 2023, and then we went from May to June 2023 all the way until March 2024. So it took about a year. I did a year of regular behavioral training and positive reinforcement obedience, and then I did a year of a service dog class. And since I don't have, blindness or anything like that, obviously my dog didn't have to go through all the fucking training that one would as if they helped with blindness. Idiot. Like, if you think a business ran by somebody that went to dog training school and trained good, drink, good boy, and fucking sit and went to school, what do you think they're gonna do? They're just gonna just write those out to anybody like, oh yeah, well if that's the case, every fucking person within however many miles would fucking be going there, and it could get anybody could just go up there and I need my dog certified. Oh, here you go. No, every fucking for weeks, me and my grandfather fucking drove up there, and I went every week for fucking an hour and a half a week, and then in between weeks, I worked on all types of shit. Because guess what? The Americans with Disabilities Act states, as well as in our state, you can train your own. But I didn't, but he wasn't trained completely on his own. He was trained with the trainer, and we did homework in between the next training lesson. And it's not hard at all. It was starting out, but then once he got basic things down, like being able to have him at a sit just by stop walking and then say heel as I take off with one foot, and he's immediately got his butt off the ground and he's walking right along next to me at my side, staying at the same length right next to my side completely. Yeah, he didn't do that automatically, the first year once he learned how to go outside and he was well, I think, he had one thing when I first got him as a baby where he peed next to the door on our old house, because he was sitting by the door and I was in the bathroom. After that, though, and I put down some puppy pads and I went through Good Pup, he's never peed again, never pooped. Plus, he wasn't even fixed yet. Then we had to get him fixed. You know, how somebody could fucking take a poor little baby like that and fucking just drop him out in the hood like he wasn't nothing. Just drop him away like fucking trash. Brownie, come here. Here, buddy. You having a good morning? He's like, eat. He's like, I'm just chilling, Daddy. You good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. He's a good boy. Granny. Granny, he's a good boy. Ooh, he's a good boy. Yeah. Yeah. He's a good boy. He's such a good boy. Yeah. Well, he's 53. Whoop, sorry, Brownie. He's 53% Chihuahua, 27% Pit Bull, and the rest Yorkshire Terrier. Well, Pit Bulldog Terrier. I don't know if there's a difference between Pit Bulldog and Terrier or if it's all Pit Bulldog Terrier. But American Pit Bulldog Terrier, 27%, Chihuahua, 53%, and the rest is Yorkshire Terrier mixed with some Dachshund. So he's got a long back compared to regular Chihuahuas. Like, he's got the Chihuahua facial features and stuff, but he's got like a long, long back. See, I got some athletic little legs. Brownie! Yeah. Oh, he's a good boy. Yep. You see something? What do you mean very straight? Like, when he got his shots, he got his shot in here and here, and he got it. So they put his rabies in, his distemper, and then his heartworm vaccine. Some people think that you only get distemper once in their life. Every year I go to my vet, rabies, distemper, heartworm, every year. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now, when my grandfather is in the fucking hospital and I don't know what's going to happen, if he's going to end up going and he had maybe a stroke or, God forbid, anything else, my dog can stay at home because, like I said, it was an idea of my former psychiatrist that you people fucking threatened to the point that she had to think about her whole practice over one patient because y'all were going to make up you bluffed her with all these complaints you were going to complain and make her out like she was some dope doctor. So she fucking dropped me. But she's the one that insisted on getting him to become a service dog because I had anxiety so bad and do have anxiety so bad. Like, I'm not even discussing it anymore on here. I'm not going to tell you guys what I go through so you can then make fun of it and then laugh and then the other half of the time talk about how I'm lying. Like, fuck that. He does go with me all the time. You're fucking insane. He goes with me to every doctor's visit I go to. He goes with me out to eat. He goes with, what are you fucking talking about all the time? Only when I want attention. No, 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 no. So really, I'm gonna take him into the pharmacy too with me while I go in there just to fucking get some meds, which ain't even 20 feet walk inside and a 20 feet walk back outside. I'm gonna fucking pull him out the car and take him in, especially when I go walk into the pharmacy. Am I gonna fucking take him out whenever I fucking am going to drop off somebody's like, yeah, like, here, let's get Brownie out, even though I'm about to get right up and leave. But is he in the car? Yes, he's in the car. He goes fucking everywhere. Are you fucking kidding me? He does not go everywhere. Now, did I take him in the hospital when you got a fucking ER full of people and shit and everything else? Like, no. And my granddad had even asked, he said, do you really need Brownie with it? And I said, no, I can leave him here, Grandpa. Like, my granddad worries about things like that too. Like, well, I don't want us to, he said, I don't want you to, ever rub anyone the wrong way or anything. And I'm like, well, I mean, he's always behaved. And he's like, I know he is, but some people, they just don't like dogs. And I'm like, yeah, that's true. Oh my God. Well, let me tell you something. My panic attacks don't ever fucking have happened in a goddamn pharmacy or at the fucking doctor. Thank fucking God they haven't. But Brownie was there in the doctor's. And I guess I guess I'll have to crawl 20 feet then back to the car, won't I? You're fucking over dramatic now. Oh, yeah. Yeah, sure. That's what you guys want. Oh, yeah. He does, huh? Well, why don't you go tell the Gene team they should put some in there? I already talked to Books the other day. He knows I got him come Friday. Till Friday, I can't even fucking do much else for myself anyway. No, the car is running, you dumbass, when I run into the fucking pharmacy. The car is running, you dumb fucking imbecile. Ain't nobody gonna steal a car around here, okay? It hardly ever happens. One in a fucking. It's like greater than being struck by lightning for somebody to have their car stolen here. Now you drive it somewhere else and park it with it running. That might be another story. It's not cruelty to walk into a pharmacy when your medicine's ready and pick it up and literally come right out and not even be gone a minute and 30 seconds. Maybe a minute 40 at the most. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I keep threatening my dog. Yeah, I bet you do. You guys are desperate that you're fucking going and hold on. Oh, yeah, that's right. So, y'all fucking really, really are trying to like latch on to someone else that can't even get over a fucking comment. One fucking comment. See, Deadly, this is why I'm gonna have to make sure to look at Deadly's list. Or, well, I'll tell you this: after Deadly, after you, oh, what the fuck is this? Oh my fucking god, y'all! Talk about obsessed. Okay, so some fucking dumbass goes over and says in a chat I'm looking at right now. They say that I had this girl named Harley on my panel last night, and it turned fucking creepy. And shit. Really? Really, was it not Harley that was fucking asking me those questions? Somebody thought of that last night. They said they thought that they were gonna try to spin that shit. So I swear to God, Harley, you better call this bullshit out, or you ain't never coming back on my panel again. I should have known better. And then they're gonna bring up in reference that I had asked for kitty pics before, and it wasn't cat pictures. Wow, you're gonna bring up a fucking incident where people were talking raunchy late on fucking stream. That was literally everything. Other people was saying shit too. You're not gonna focus on them, and you're gonna fucking critique me for something that was said not even this past year, but over a year, like almost now. See, like a year and a half ago. Are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, and ever since y'all fucking made a big deal out of that, and still make, I mean, that's exactly another reason why I shouldn't fucking have. You can't have streams that are fucking 18 or 21 and up. I'm gonna get rid of some of these dumb fucking comments. Yeah, good luck with that. There is no animal control. And if you want to reach out to my humane society, they'll be sure to give you a good review of me, because so if you even think of doing some dumb shit like that, they're gonna remember eventually who the fuck I am and what that poor baby looked like when he got brought in and how he looked like once I brought him back. See, one of the people I used to date was real close with the Humane Society. Hey, lady, here's that dog, y'all. Oh my God, here's that one dog that has y'all want to talk about a dog that needs help. Hey, lady. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. Oh, you poor baby. She don't like anybody getting close to her really either. You guys have got to see this though. Lady. Lady. Lady, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Remember, I'm Brownie's daddy. Hey, girl. Hey, girl. I think Lady's ready to come in. Y'all have a good one. I was just saying hi to her. Come on, Brownie. Yeah, that poor. Did y'all see the toenail on that dog? Did y'all see the claw? And it looks like they've gotten some of them cut, which is miraculous. But man, that you could see by her skin how she's not got hair in all parts of her. Well, dang, Brownie, you just running circles around me. But yeah, she can't hardly see, and not only that, poor thing, man. I mean, can you imagine walking on a fucking bent fucking toenail? Like, imagine your toenails growing long down to a fucking claw and just curving around to the bottom of your foot. Every fucking time you walk, you're fucking gonna be resting your foot on top of that fucking curved claw. Fuck that shit. No, I don't look at other different. See, that idea is dumb. All right, there are plenty of guys that fucking have had service dogs for all different types of reasons. There ain't nothing wrong with it. It's a fucking mode of therapy. Not everybody fucking has to choose to do it. Not everybody needs it. It's fucking simply something that we as human beings helped create that dogs could naturally kind of do with our help. It's like, I mean, shit. Kind of stupid shit. Hell, you realize that not all blind people have a fucking service dog? Some of them don't like dogs. I mean, shit. The fuck? I mean, I swear some of y'all don't even think, man. Because I took the fucking choice. I made the choice to follow what my doctor said and to get him training with a fucking agency. People who train police dogs, bloodhound dogs, trick dogs, regular obedience, do boarding and other services. And you're going to try to tell me that, oh, my service dog, not a service dog. Well, as long as I have that paper and I get it renewed every 3 years, and as long as he's alive, I think you'll just have to be a minority opinion, I guess. Although you are in the minority when the only time I had any trouble was at fucking Buffalo Wild Wing. One time because of a fucking new manager, and you could tell that person didn't like dogs. I mean, it just was one of them people. But I didn't have his paper on me, you know. And people aren't aware of the fucking law, which is 2 questions, not 2 forms of ID. But I got your ID now. I carry my fucking little PDF on my phone of that paper. That way I don't have to carry around the fucking paper with me everywhere. Look, they've already got all this info that you speak of. That's the thing, they've already got it all. And they didn't even get it from me, you know, all of it. Some of it they just fucking guessed, you know. Like they claimed it still don't explain how you got the phone number, but they claim that just because I said the direction of where I was traveling, that they deduced what family member I was at, and so that's how they called my aunt. Now that on Christmas, now that's what they claimed, and all right, I'll give them that because that's about the only relative I got in that direction. Well, probably not the only one, but you know. I guess you could say only, so that's what I'm saying. They've already got all my fucking information. Like, but I still see what you're saying. Like, don't fucking sit here and drum it all out again for anyone new or anything. That's the problem, though. They do that for me. I don't even have to do it. Come on, Brownie. Come on, buddy. No, leave butterfly alone. Sit. Red light, green light. Brownie, you want here you go, bro. Here you go. take 2 Tylenol. I don't know, vitamin. These are the best vitamins that I think I like to use. Whenever I don't use the superfood powder, I'll settle for these gummy vitamins. Always known. Forged it. I know any of my people from church to people that taught me to my granddad. Hell, you watch me write something for 1 minute and you tell me if you think I could have forged those signatures. I can't forge shit. I have no good writing. My handwriting is chicken scratch. Get the hell out of here. I got to cover, because I had to cover all bases. I'm thinking in my head, like, is there any other excuse? Because they're going to try to think of any type of excuse they can make. And I covered it, one and done here, right now. They want to keep on being ignorant. It's on them. Well, what time is it? 8:18. Okay. Yeah, I can type. I sure can. I don't know about 1,000 words, but I mean, it's close. It wouldn't be too far off. I mean, maybe 8. I'll be conservative and modest. I'll say maybe 800 words a minute. I can type. I learned how to do that perfectly in computer class. Like, I learned how to place, like, I even go so far to place my fucking hand straight up on ASDW, all that shit. And when I type, I be typing. I swore to my teacher, I said, if you'd let me type my own way, I could type faster. And she let me do it one time. And if I didn't fucking type fast, I said, I told you. And she was like, well, you got lucky. She wouldn't accept it. I can type a lot faster if you let me type with just a couple fingers instead of having to use all these fingers. Okay, maybe 7. Maybe 7. I don't want to fucking seem like I'm boasting. I can't exactly remember. It's such a long fucking time ago. But Red Eye is what Red Eye is making fun of, is making fun of my texting. Man, my bad. I had to step away for a second. I got a fucking notification. I had to switch apps and I fucking reset the damn browser. The fuck are you talking about? Ain't nobody. Y'all are dumb. You really are dumb. I'm not the fucking first person that has had somebody not like dogs and not know and be ignorant of the fucking ADA law. Matter of fact, yeah. Anyways, I even talked with my trainer about it. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Yeah. Hold on. Harley, you set me up. What you did, you set me up. Alright, Harley, it's okay. It's just, it's low, you know what I mean? I don't want to hear no. The Squizzy, the Squizzy, oh, I did the Squizzy, no. That's why you're real careful not to fucking diss, or wanting to comment on any of the things I brought up, because you might get in trouble. I mean, Chi Chi called it, and I told her, I was like, no, I don't think so. I don't think she's been really over there that much, and you know, she called that you would. She was worried and told me just to be careful. She didn't say anything personal about you. There's supposedly there's some screenshots. And, you know, I'm just disappointed. I mean, such a bummer. Like, you really are. Like, I don't know. Like, you really are, I think a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Like you didn't know what 7 minutes is. Come on, do you really expect me to believe that now that I think about it? No, I took your rant because I don't trust you, and you fucking lied to me. And I can only see it clearly right now because it's early in the morning and I ain't fucking fucked up off I ain't smoked anything yet. So I don't have anything inhibiting my nervous system, my central nervous system. You telling me, as a girl, who I would go ahead and say you probably was in a social ladder above me, at least by one. So, you was with them kids that was above me, like going out and smoking back when I still hadn't smoked or anything, not even a cigarette. And y'all was doing God knows what. And I'm sure that, while I was still a dweeb, you knew what the fuck 7 minutes in heaven is. Practically every kid in the United States has probably heard of it. Unless you're fucking a foreign exchange student or some shit. And then you gonna ask me, oh, well, what'd you do? What y'all do? Like, you ask me all these descriptive ass questions. So now they're gonna fucking play that shit in front of, I don't care. This is so-called women's community. I ain't done nothing to these women's community. You know, I mean, they fucking call these people out for what they are with the fucking lightning bolts, SS bolts. the fucking Nazi symbolism, the no Black Lives Matter, making making fun of the rainbow flag, all that shit. Like, yeah, y'all are some real winners with the women's community. No, no, you just got one of them that's giving you some attention. Oh, you was shoveling livestock. Spin the bottle's about the damn same thing. It's practically the same thing. Just imagine you being 16, being able to drive a car. Like, technically, I ain't had my first car yet, but Megan had her car, and and there's a shit ton of them. So I ain't doxing them. So good luck, because you ain't never gonna find out which one I'm talking about. But anyway, uh, they had their car, and yeah, it's just fucking crazy. And people are going to be saying, I seen in the screenshot, did he really talk to his brother? No, no, don't. Of course I'm lying. Don't think I did. Seriously, please do that. I talked to him and I was like, man, I was like, you might have been playing around, but still, that shit wasn't funny because they took it as serious. He's like, oh, I was like, no, the other thing. He's like, oh, the other thing. And he started laughing. I'm like, it ain't fucking funny, Logan. And he's like, well, they're just fucking crazy. These motherfuckers went on my brother's fucking steak page and fucking left reviews like, oh, he's letting his other brother abuse his grandfather. Don't buy meat from him. Really? Like, these motherfuckers have now been caught red handed fucking trying to fuck with my brother's business. It's a good thing half the people, probably more than half the people he sells to fucking don't use Facebook, thank God. Oh, I understand plenty. And why are you in my chat? Didn't you tell me one time to leave you alone after I told you to leave me alone? And now here you are back again. I'm going to say it one last time. Leave me alone. Harley set me up. She's lucky I don't block her. In fact, T-Dam came in here, kind of even gave it away more. I just can't believe it. I hadn't done anything to her. Well, I gave you a compliment. No, don't pull that. I just don't like you. That's it. No, you clearly fucking, you know what you did. I'm gonna let you stay. I just can't trust you with the rest. Probably can't trust to answer too many questions from you either, unless I think about them. How will this look on camera if I answer it? These screenshots are somehow wrong or something, I'd apologize, but, you know, Oh, well, you could block people. You could unblock people that I blocked. You could do a bunch of things. Well, I'm awaiting some screenshots that I guess will either show you saying something or showing somebody else saying something about what you were going to do from somebody that had maybe loose lips. I'm imagining. I don't know if it has to do with the cat or not, Risky. Like, it's just, you know, like, so last night, right? Somehow randomly off topic, I just mentioned, that was it? I can't remember. I'm like, well, I lost, to playing 7 minutes in heaven is how I ended up, and I was shared that about me, my story. And she was like, well, what's that? And then I started getting 21 questions on what it is, how'd y'all do it, and all that. Feel dumb now this morning. Thanks a lot, Harley. Oh, yeah. How do you know she's not a little no more? She still got that MF on there. Risky. Get us on panel, Risky. I'm gonna send it to you in IG. I noticed when you had a wrench while ago too, Harley, you didn't delete any of these dumbass troll comments either. That's kind of a tall tale sign. Oh shit. No, I was trying to chill and have a good time. It's just that I didn't think and don't think that somebody that actually stuff set me up so that people can go over it later on a panel and then take it apart and laugh at it and everything. That's what I didn't know or say. So I'm not saying for you to come up. Boy, you should have known by now. Drop it in this spot. Party is gone. Boy, you should have known by now. Easy dope. His acting skills are stupid. Sorry about that. Anyways, his acting skills are superb.
I put my hand there. This hole felt a hole somewhere over here. And then I moved. I said, Yvette. And her face was empty.
No. Goodbye, Seth. I told you not to come here over and over and over. Like you keep coming by, it's like the second time the channel and the screenshot it, and I'm fucking banning you.
Welcome all
You
you
don't
couch
understand
detectives
how
out
it
there.
means
Join
nothing.
us every week for new cases, and if you're a fan of true crime, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything.
Fucking damn. Obsessed.
I told Mr. No, don't do anything stupid.
Do not try to deceive me, defy me. You will not like the consequences. Today is that day.
Welcome to 8MC Interrogations. We post multiple videos every single week, so make sure you're subscribed. I would like to thank all of our members for the support. YouTube basically restricts all to enough. Ex-sheriff from Clark County, Indiana. The reason he is an ex-sheriff is because he was corrupt and he believed he was above the law. Well, it turns out that he was very, very wrong. In November of 2023, Jamie Knoll was charged with 15 felonies, including counts of theft, tax evasion, corrupt business practices, ghost employment, and official misconduct.
Good afternoon. My name is Rick Hurdle. I'm the prosecuting attorney in Ripley County. I represent the people. Judge Medlock appointed me at the end of June of this year, the 27th. This investigation has been overseen by the Indiana State Police from the get-go. There's been 13 search warrants to date. There's been 41 subpoenas to everything from bank accounts to a multitude of other things. The defendant has been charged with 15 felonies. 3 of those were F5 felonies carrying from 1 to 6 years, and 12 of those are F6 felonies carrying from 6 months to 2.5 years in prison.
More local news for you. Indiana State Police serving another search warrant at Jamie and Misty Knoll's house this afternoon in Jeffersonville.
We saw police carrying a handful of suit jackets before placing them in the back of a car. If you look inside, it looks like the car is full of navy blue suit bags. Court documents say Knoll spent $184,000 at Tom James between 2019 and 2023 using fire department credit cards. Additionally, there was a $3,000 purchase that arrived at his house on Wednesday. Police also seized an orange riding lawnmower, and we saw a white box truck drive away, but it's unclear what was inside. Knoll, his wife, and daughter are accused of making over $3.5 million in personal purchases.
Now our top story right here at 4, more searches and more discoveries in the growing criminal case against former Clark County Sheriff Jamie Knoll. Knoll is accused of stealing millions of dollars in public money for his own personal gain, as well as to benefit his family and his friends. Well, recent search warrants took in.
No, I mean, that's fine, but I mean, on here is not the place to do it. And when you kind of did, you kind of came off like demeaning, like I've not taken any thought of that or anything. I mean, that's what I talk about. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Indiana State Police to properties in Scottsburg and Deputy Township, where investigators say they found vintage cars and U.S. government shipping containers. Focus investigator John Charlton has more on what was found and how police say it's linked back to Knoll.
Jamie Knoll has a pattern of using funds from the Utica Township Volunteer Firefighters Association to buy cars, putting those cars in his name, then reselling them and pocketing the money. That's what the former Clark County Sheriff is accused of doing. Meanwhile, ISP found that between 2025 and 2022, the Clark County Sheriff's Office received $7 million in military surplus, including forklifts and generators. Much of that equipment had been moved to unknown locations in U.S. government and military shipping containers. According to a search warrant released Tuesday, information led investigators to a property on West Corporation Drive in Deputy, Indiana. On Sunday, ISP investigators say they found 26 containers. Several were open and appeared to contain surplus equipment.
Well, it looks like he and his family were utilizing the funds of the departments pretty well. During a March 2024 search of Jamie Knoll's home, 2 handguns were found which violated the terms of his bond. A clearly angry Judge Medlock almost breaks his gavel in the process of finding Knoll in contempt of court and giving him an ironic sentence of 60 days in.
I told Mr. Knoll, don't do anything stupid. Do not try to deceive me, defy me. You will not like the consequences. Today is that day. You are not the law. You don't interpret the law. You don't enforce the law. You're not above the law. I find that you are in contempt of this court. Take him into custody. No, that's enough. I'll find you guys in contempt for disrupting the proceedings, and you'll be there right there with him. Now, what is an appropriate sanction? The question is, I can sentence him up to 180 days without the trial, or I can sentence him to a day, or I can release him. You know what I think the answer
I might have to end this again. I don't know.
That's what I think the answer is today. Now, Mr. Wilder.
Okay, I see it.
I apologize, Mr. Floyd, your lead. Before he is released, I'll take your suggestion. I want an independent individual to scour that household to determine that there's no further weapons. I find it, Mr. Ertle's original argument that he's trying to make that I sustained, an officer of the law. Every time I go into court, I hear, I didn't know it was there. I didn't know it was there. I really didn't. You've heard that a million times. You've heard it a million times, and yet you still take them into custody, would be my guess. Every officer in the world has heard, I didn't know it was there. It's my friends. I'm not buying it. It was your burden. It's your responsibility. And today, the court will enforce that. Take it on.
Jamie Knoll was also sheriff during the time of an incident at the Clark County Jail on October 24th, 2021, where an inmate was able to obtain keys to other pods in the jail, including the women's pod. We have the video interview of the officer that was blamed for the entire ordeal linked in the description below for those that are interested.
This is what you get for fucking lying. I told you when we first came in here, I'm trying to be on your side, dude. I'm trying to help you out of this, but you lie and you keep lying and won't tell me the truth, then I ain't gonna help you get out of it. Those fucking shackles and chains are for you because you're lying to me. Those handcuffs on his side are for you because you're lying to me. I just talked to my boss, who called his boss, which is our boss, and said if he can continue to lie, lock him the fuck up. And guess what? It's a federal crime. You know what that means for you? You ain't staying here, you're going to federal penitentiary. You know why? Because you don't fuck around like that around here.
Jamie Knoll's trial is set to begin on November 6th, 2024. We will bring you updates on this one if any arise. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next one.
Hello. Mr. Howard, right? Okay. I'm investigator work. Okay.
In today's video, we're going to see the interrogation of a man accused of raping and killing a 12-year-old girl. On May 31st, 2017, an entire community was shaken by the disappearance of 12-year-old Naomi Jones. Friends and family described the girl as mature for her age and friendly. They also said she was a fighter and was unlikely to go off with a stranger. After a 5-day search, her body was discovered by a local fisherman. Jones' body had been covered by duct tape and thrown into a creek not far from her mother's apartment. Robert Howard was quickly identified as a person of interest because he was a registered sex offender. During their investigation, police found video surveillance of Howard's truck being in the area when the crime was committed.
We're investigating that missing girl from the apartment complex. And we've been talking to a ton of people, canvassing the area, trying to get everybody to, get DNA. I have a consent to search if you would be willing to do a DNA swab.
We're really watching his blood pressure.
Sure. Yes. Okay. I didn't know if you said no or yes. All right. Today's date is the 7th of June. Escambia County Sheriff's Office. 10:46 p.m. Okay, I'm going to read these instructions. Okay, you do not have to consent to a search of yourself or your property. If you do consent to such search, any evidence observed or obtained by such search can be used against you in a court of law. If you refuse to consent to such search, your refusal cannot be used against you. Unless you consent to such search, we cannot search you or your property without probable cause, except upon the
Y'all are
authority of the
such
search
liars,
warrant
man.
issued by a judge or a proper court authorizing the search. A search warrant will not be issued except upon an affidavit setting forth the facts which constitute legally sufficient probable
Y'all are
cause
such
for
liars,
the
bro.
issuance of the search warrant. You have the
Do
right
y'all
to
know
lawyer for
how?
advice.
Yeah. Oh shit, we are not watching this. Anyways, y'all are such liars, man. Y'all lie about so much shit.
Don't do anything stupid. Do not
That
try to
motherfucker
deceive
slammed
me,
that gavel
defy
hard
me.
as
You
shit.
will not like the consequences.
Today is that day. Who's got a handful of what? I got a pocket full of sunshine. I got a pocket full of shine. Oh, whoa. When he realizes he needs a lawyer. Shit, he should have realized that the moment they sat his ass down.
But get started right with that. You have the right to remain silent. You have the right to terminate the interview at any time. Do you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waive these rights and wish to speak with me now? Okay. Basically, Shavante, you know that there's a lot of investigating going on, right? Okay. When we first talked, I let you give me your story. I asked you a few little things here and there just to clarify what you said, what you meant, or to find out who somebody was. There's been a lot of investigation going on since then. Yesterday, well, Monday afternoon, yesterday, and then this morning as well. Okay. Some of the information that you told me isn't matching up with some of the information that we gathered. Okay. So that's what we're here. I'm going to give you the opportunity to clarify and explain some of these things. Okay. Yes, sir.
You know, fuck this. I don't know what the fuck is that.
And when I was holding the gun, she came behind me, like you see. Like this? Yeah. And then when he was all like, let me show you, I was like, let it. And then,
What the fuck?
Use the bathroom? Do you need to use the bathroom? You do? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna take cups.
Look at you.
Oh, she gotta go to the bathroom first.
This, you can take cups.
Take your hands in here.
Oh shit. Fuck. Sometimes these are good.
So where did you learn to practice loading and discharging and cleaning and storing the firearm?
I didn't learn that anywhere.
Okay. So why would you think you could protect yourself with a gun you didn't even know how to handle?
It's easy to pull the trigger if I was in arm. It's not that hard to pull the trigger.
Well, you know, guns have recoil. Every gun fires differently.
Yes, ma'am,
And
they do.
so you had it for close to 2 years. Did you ever clean it?
No, ma'am.
Where'd you store it?
I kept it outside.
Oh, wow. That can do a lot of damage to a gun. So
I'm actually laughing that the faces he makes when she's talking about, well, what would you do if you don't have training? They're somewhat priceless. We're about to watch the parole hearing of a man who's not a Connecticut man. He was just coming through and he was picked up with possession of a firearm and sentenced to 30 months in jail. Will they release him early? I'll unpack it at the end.
Bruh, that hair is about to kill me, bruh. It's like he slept on the wrong side of the hair of the bed, bruh. His hair is all.
The following board members are present this morning by stating their names on the record, certify they have reviewed all statutory required documents.
You got like an antenna on the side sticking out the
Good
side.
morning, I'm panel member Page. Yeah, this is Mary Nancy Turner. Please state your name and inmate number for the record.
Antonio Allen, 430284, ma'am.
He is serving a sentence of 30 months jail flat for criminal possession of a weapon. As of today, records reflect the parole eligibility date of May 4th, 2024. There's no victim input in this case. There is an offender accountability plan for the offender. It has been reviewed and shows the offender has completed the SRG.
Bro, that motherfucker got an antenna sticking out the side of his head, bro. I can't, bro. I can't take this dude serious. I can't believe he came to parole hearing like that. Dress yourself up.
How y'all doing, man? I feel like, first of all, I'd like to say
The best you can.
God bless you and your families. And one reason why I feel like I should get in parole because I know
Ruski, I gave you the Ruski. I sent you the link. Ruski, the link is in your Instagram, Bubba. In your Instagram.
Incarcerated, I feel like I've become a better person. I learned how to control my anger. And I know that what I was doing was wrong at the time, but I will not be carrying a gun again when I get out. And I also have a job set up for me when I get out.
Do not share it.
Being here, I changed around so much that, I was able to control my anger, and I haven't been in any fights. I have no DRs. Mainly that, like I said, I was just going through a lot of stuff at my.
Bro, I don't have your phone number. I sent it to IG. You should have a fucking StreamYard link in your IG from Square right now.
We're going to ask you some questions, and when we're done with our questions, we'll give you our, we'll deliberate and give you our decision, okay? Best of luck to you, sir. Ms. Turner, we'll start with the questions.
Morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am.
So I read that you came to Connecticut in 2019. What brought you to Connecticut?
I was just really
Never mind. Hold
I was
on.
just trying to try something different, being living in Florida, and I came up here. And once I got up here, I liked it how it was up here, so I decided to stay. I really only came up here for a 2-week stay because I never really been nowhere, so I wanted to travel, So I came and I liked the place, so I started staying.
Well, you've been to Virginia and South Carolina. You have convictions in both states, right?
Virginia and South Carolina.
I got it. I know IG don't work.
New York drug possession.
Yeah, I don't know about Virginia. I don't remember doing anything in Virginia.
Okay, well, we can.
Yes, it says that a failure to appear in VA. You must have been somewhere.
In a motor vehicle issue and you didn't show up to court to deal with it? Okay,
Oh,
we can.
oh, yeah, I know what happened. I got pulled over on my way coming up here. That's probably what that is, because I didn't. That's the only thing I can think of.
So you you don't have much work history, and you're 38. So you mentioned you have a job all set up. What's the job you're going to go out to?
I was working in Stratford, Connecticut for like 9 months before I came to jail.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. I was guaranteed. Well, I was guaranteed that if I was to come back to the state, that I can get my job back. So I have that lined up.
So you've talked to somebody at ShopRite?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have anything in writing for us?
No, I don't have it in writing. I was told this before, because I had got sentenced, and I was told I knew I was coming to jail because I got sentenced from the street. So my manager that was there, Mr. Ivan, was told that once I come back, I could get my job back if I was to come back to the state of Connecticut.
So you committed this crime in 2022, January. You had been working for ShopRite in 2021, and then you started this sentence on March 3rd of 2023. Do I have that right?
Yes, ma'am.
So what were you doing from 2021 when you stopped working at ShopRite to 2023 when you came into prison?
I didn't stop working. I was working at ShopRite until like a week before I turned myself in.
Okay. So you also, our records show much different. So you also have a gun conviction in Florida.
Yes, ma'am.
2009. So being in Connecticut since 2019, when did you get the gun?
I don't really remember when I got the gun, but I would say probably like 2020 or 2020, beginning of 2021. I had just lost a close friend of mine. He had got killed, and we was together every day. So after he had got murdered, I decided that maybe it was time for me to get a gun because we was like best friends and we were always together. That's why I was saying I was going through a rough patch in my life at the time. Like that was my best friend since being up here from Florida. And
where'd you
when he
get the
got
gun?
Off the street, man.
So where did you learn to practice loading and discharging and cleaning and storing the firearm?
I didn't learn that anywhere.
Okay. So why would you think you could protect yourself with a gun you didn't even know how to handle?
It's easy to pull the trigger if I was in arm. It's not that hard to pull the trigger.
Well, guns have recoil. Every gun fires differently.
Yes, ma'am,
and so you had it for close to 2 years. Did you ever clean it?
No, ma'am.
Where'd you store it?
I kept it outside.
Oh, wow. That can do a lot of damage to a gun. So I guess what I should explain to you, Mr. Allen, is that we're trying to make a decision about whether it's appropriate for you to finish the 2.5 years you have to serve out in the community. And we have to make that decision in light of the interests of public safety. And you present to us as someone with a significant criminal history who was prohibited from possessing firearms and ammunition, willing to acquire a gun that you didn't know how to use, thinking you were going to protect yourself, when in fact you were doing nothing but endangering the safety of everybody around you out in the community. Any thoughts about that?
No, ma'am.
So part of what you said was that you were stopped in a motor vehicle as a passenger in a high drug area, and that was part of why you had the gun, for your safety, because you were in Bridgeport. Do you remember that? And do I have that correct?
That's not
What they're going to say next is, why don't you not go to Bridgeport?
No, not today. I'm saying in the documents when you were stopped by police and you were interviewed and you were found in possession of a firearm.
I told the police that. I didn't tell the police anything. I didn't even give them a statement. I just got arrested and I went to jail.
What were you doing in a high drug area of Bridgeport?
Oh, good boy.
What were you doing in the car?
I was living in that area at that time. And I was in the car I was in that car chilling. Like, I was in that area because I used to work at that corner store right there, and I was just in the area because I lived there.
Mm-hmm. Were you living on your own or were you with family?
No, I was living with another acquaintance. Somebody who I met while I was up here.
So you don't have a sponsor, you're gonna need a halfway house?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and your first choice is Bridgeport.
That's because I had, like I said, I had a job there lined up, and that's where I know the job is at. But I can go anywhere.
Yeah, but there's ShopRites all over the state.
I
And
understand.
I just trying to understand your decision making and what your plan is, because if Bridgeport feels so unsafe that you have to carry a firearm that you don't know how to use, and you want to go back to Bridgeport, it makes me wonder, why.
I understand. I could go to any other place. I also put New Haven. I just put Bridgeport because it was closer to the job at the time. And so if I knew I was going to go to the halfway house, I knew I have easy access to make it to the job. But I can go anywhere. That was just the job that I knew I had lined up, so I wouldn't have to go search for a job.
So tell me about your great support system. What do you have here? Who do you have here in Connecticut in your corner?
Oh, I have a woman who I met that I was living with after I caught my case. I've been with this woman for like 4 or 5 years, and she has a child. And she's been helping me since I've been here. Talking to me, telling me, how to be a better person. And my son is also 5 years old. He'll be 6 next month. So like, I really have them to look forward to, and I really have him to show him something different than what I went through. Because I already been through this criminal life, so I can show him something different. So that's the support system I have now.
Okay. I guess I'm just a little confused because I understood from your interview with the parole officer you didn't have any children.
He's my stepson, and I told her that too.
Okay. But you're not still with his mother.
Am I still with his mother?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm with his mother currently right now.
That's the woman with the 4 to 5 year old that you've been with 4 to 5 years.
Yes,
and
I
now
do.
you have a child.
She has a son. And he's my stepson. I've been in his life since he was 1 year old, and he's about to be 6.
Who else is in Connecticut in your corner?
That's about it.
So you renounced the Bloods in February of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
What did you learn from the SRG program, sir?
I learned that the gangs is not where it is anymore. Like, I was young when I did that, and that it was a cool thing at the time. You know what I mean? When we were young, but now we're older, it doesn't amount to nothing, because when you're in jail, there's nobody there for you. They're only there when you're doing the negative stuff and the bad stuff, committing crimes. But when you really need them there, like, there's no family there. It took me a long time to learn that. I wish I would have learned it when I was younger, but everybody learning stuff a little different like lately.
Did you join in Florida?
Yes, ma'am.
We had a number of incarcerations in Florida. They weren't there for you then, were they?
Oh, ma'am.
How many phases of the SRG program did you complete?
All 5.
What did you learn from the Voices program?
The Voices program was really good. That's one thing I can say. It really opened my eyes to because I never really thought about your family and stuff being victims of your crimes. You know what I mean? I always feel like once you come to jail, if you don't have a real victim, like a robbery or something, then you don't have a victim. Now that going to the Voices program, I understand that the people that depend on you, love you out there are more victims than now because like I said, my stepson, I've been in his life since he was 1. And you see me all the time, going to the park, doing all that stuff. And now that I'm not there, when I call home, he's asking, when am I coming home? And, when are we going to go to the park and play again? Stuff like that. So now he's missing me. And family members that look up to you. And now that you're in jail, they see that what you're doing, they think it's cool. So Voices told me to make sure that I think before I make any actions and to always just, know that you can have a victim in any case, no matter what it is. There's always a ripple effect of what you do. So your crime affects the community and everybody else around you.
Oh, shit.
Um,
Okay.
you started that off, and I'm glad that you have that takeaway because your family does really do the sentence with you.
Yes, ma'am.
But you do appreciate someone who's, when you commit a robbery, you're actually victimizing somebody who's right in front of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because you started off that with saying if you had, did a robbery, there wasn't a victim.
No, I'm saying if you do a robbery, the victim is the person that you're robbing.
Sure.
And now I didn't think about my family being victims of me committing crimes. I always looked at it like you only have a victim.
Do you think about the fact that the person that you commit the robbery against, their family members are also victimized?
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it hadn't come up in the conversation. So, it's not just the one person that you might target, but everybody in their lives is affected by the harm done to this person and their effort to recover from that harm.
Mm-hmm.
And then, it hits the evening news and it creates trauma in the community because everybody feels unsafe. And then it leads to people like you choosing to possess a firearm, thinking they can keep themselves safe with it out in the community, not even just protecting your home from an invasion, but, carrying it around on you and having it on you, thinking that could somehow keep you safe. It's a certain brand of insanity, isn't it?
Yes, it is, ma'am. It creates a lot of trauma.
Mm. Well, it's good to see that you haven't had any disciplinary issues while you've been incarcerated. It's always concerning to us when, we meet someone in your circumstances, serving for a gun crime without any supervision to follow. Because obviously there's some risk to public safety involved with the offense for which you're serving your sentence. So you had an extensive use of marijuana on a daily basis. And I understand that you're going to pursue a medical marijuana card because it helps you stay calm and relaxed.
Yes, ma'am.
How have you been staying calm and relaxed in the prison without marijuana?
Because we know we can't have drugs here. That's another crime. You know what I mean? So.
Well, we know that drugs are there. They're available, and we meet people all the time who have intox and contraband tickets because they make those choices while they're serving their sentences. But it, you know, it's got to be a fairly stressful environment, a lot of activity and a lot of personalities to deal with. So I'm wondering, you know, how do you go from 5 to 10 blunts a day to help you stay calm and relaxed to being in prison without any drugs? How are you coping?
I find other activities to do, like work out, play basketball, read books, you know what I mean? So I could do the same thing in the world. You know, it's just, if I could have access to it, then I would use it.
But why do you think you have trouble feeling calm and relaxed in life?
Because you deal with a lot more things when you're in the world than you do in here. You know, you deal with the same people in here every day in your unit. You know what I mean? All the same officers, so you can mainly stay on your bunk and stay away from the activities that are going on if it's not something that you get into. You know what I mean? But in the world, you're dealing with so much different stuff. You know what I mean? You're dealing with losses of family members. You're dealing with much more people and activities of stuff going on. So, like I said, I can go without it in the world too. But like I said, if it's legal and I can get a card to use it, then I would. But if I don't have to,
as opposed to seeking out maybe a therapist to figure out, you know, how to regulate your own emotions so that you can stay calm and that you can deal with stress.
I would try that too. I could try both, and whichever one works best.
Well, it just seems like the marijuana is a crutch for you not dealing with what's behind your inability to calm yourself and find a place of relaxation in life. It's artificial. And especially if you're going to spend so much time around a young child, you know, they shouldn't be exposed to the stink of the marijuana because that's what you're using 5 to 10 times a day. You know, you teach them other healthier coping mechanisms. Just a thought. All right, Madam Chair, I have no more questions. Thanks for talking with me, Mr. Allen.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. Ms. Palmieri?
Ms. Turner covered everything. Thank you.
Thank you. Give us a few minutes, Mr. Allen, to talk about your case and we'll give you our decision, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Turner, your thoughts? You may listen. Please don't interrupt, okay?
So we have somebody who's facing 5 years on the deadly weapon offender registry for his choice to be in the illegal possession of a loaded firearm. He scores high for his risk to reoffend. He has an extensive criminal history, 17 years in Florida and offenses in at least 3 other states. So all of that paints a very concerning picture. You know, it does sound like Mr. Allen is maturing. He's maintaining his behavior there in the facility. He's participating in some positive programs. I would have liked to have seen him take a program through addiction services with a drug score of 3. I have some concerns about his release plan. And his decision-making overall is concerning. So, you know, I came in with a denial. I wish there had been a stronger presentation. So I'm interested in what my colleagues heard from the conversation, because perhaps you can offer me some perspective. You know, as we always say, the flat sentence part of it is very concerning. And this would amount to just under a year of discretionary parole supervision.
Thank you. Ms. Turner, Ms. Palmieri?
So I appreciate all that Mr. Allen had to say for us today. I am most concerned with his criminal history. It's a lot of repeat offenses. He's been in and out of jail a number of times. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's probably had, you know, a good amount of programming. while he's been in and out those other times. I'm happy that he completed the SRG program. But I do not have Mr. Allen granted to the role today. He does score high. I appreciate that he got so much out of the Voices program and the SRG program. But, you know, he is in Connecticut a very short amount of time, arrested with a gun, and the co-defendant had a good amount of drugs on as well. So I'm denied.
Thank you. So I came in with a grant for Mr. Allen. Many of the things that you pointed out, Ms. Turner, were most of my concerns. But what made me vote in his favor was that, I mean, he's saying he has a lot of support in the community when in fact his girlfriend's in another state. And he wants to go and live with her dad, and he's not in a position to act as a sponsor. I don't like the friends that he's making, and I don't like the nature of his crimes. But the fact that he has no support in the community, he's serving a flat sentence, and he's a multi-state offender, I thought in light of public safety, the supervision that parole would provide would at least be able to monitor him for a short period of time prior to his just walking out of the prison doors with nothing. And his criminal history, again, is very concerning. The nature of his crimes are concerning as well. But I just thought that this would be a case where the supervision would be fitting, especially given his history. So I absolutely understand why the denial, because he's concerned. So, Ms. Turner,
Neither of you helped me.
I'm sorry.
I'm listening very carefully, and I'm struggling here a bit.
I mean, it sounds like he wants to stay here. He does have these warrants outstanding, and whether he knows it or not, he's going to have to deal with them at some point, but they're non-extraditable. He has a job he thinks that he can return to. Whether we like it or not, marijuana is legal. I'm not sure that he'll be permitted to.
Well, not smoking.
Right. I mean, it just really further clouds the judgment. I mean, leave the marijuana alone. It makes you hallucinate, think you need guns for protection.
Yeah. I wish there was some more detail under the employment as to, you know, the dates for the ShopRite time and why he.
I thought I read the again. No, I don't know.
Okay. So
did it say he's got into an argument with somebody? I don't remember if that was. I always get these cases mixed up.
Yeah, he supposedly worked for them until the time of his arrest, but he was only with them for 7 months. So I'll vote to grant him the supervision of almost a year on discretionary parole. And then when he's done, if he wants to go to North Carolina or back to Florida, but he'll be on the registry while he's here in Connecticut. And, I'm going to suggest a mental health evaluation and treatment to, you know, push him towards, you know, dealing more constructively with his inability to calm and relax. So halfway house and co-defendant.
Okay. Do you have anything else, Ms. Miller?
Yeah.
And are you going on the minority? Okay. So with regard to Antonio Allen, 430284, I move that he be granted parole on or after today's date with the following conditions in addition to the standard parole conditions. You are have no contact with Rebecca Fox, who's listed as your co-defendant. You participate in a mental health evaluation or receive treatment as deemed necessary. And we're putting a halfway house as a condition because your sponsor declined. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All opposed? Aye. So, Mr. Allen, this is a majority decision. We're not holding you to parole, sir, because we think that you've earned parole. We just think that in light of public safety, you're having the additional support to go out and transition back into the community and be a law-abiding citizen is that much higher when you have some that's helping you, kind of guiding you. So we do wish you the best of luck, and we thank you for speaking with us, sir. Good luck.
Thank you so much, man. Y'all enjoy your day.
This concludes the hearing for Antonio Allen, inmate number 430284.
This hearing would be funny if it wasn't scary. Okay, so he was sentenced to just 30 months. So what are they supposed to do? You can just keep him locked up for as long as possible, maybe send the message, or they thought, well, they go back on the he needs supervision. He's going to get out there. We should give him supervision. And I don't really understand the logic, because so if he's not in supervision, then he gets, so are you just trying to help him get into good habits? I don't know. I don't really get it, but it was kind of just like a funny hearing in the sense that he's just, yeah, I used to be a Bloods member. I left it five months ago. I'm gonna smoke 5-10 blunts a day. I'm gonna, my goal is that I want to be a role model for my 6-year-old stepson. It's, he has a high SRT, which is not common. He has convictions, thank you, Richard, for laying this out, in Virginia, South Carolina, New York, Florida, and now Connecticut. So he's got 5 states going for him. And it's really quite funny how, was it Paige who does this? It's the same parole board member that does this all the time. She has like this obsession with when someone has a firearms charge, she always goes in, have you had training for it? And they're like, no. And then she goes, well, then how do you know how to use it? How can you be safe using it? How can you be that you're carrying a gun and you don't have training? And she always goes down to that message. And to me, it does this weird thing to my brain where I'm trying to like understand what she's saying. And I think it's the same. They're like, what? It's like, how is that the point? He's a convicted multiple felon with the firearm, with, which is probably an illegal weapon with the VIN scratched off and all of the, and he's there's nothing good coming out of it. It's not like, and the question is always, well, do you have training? When do you clean it? Where did you store it? And again, it does this thing to my brain where I'm like trying to process the direction that she's taking it. And as a Second Amendment person, I mean, she has all those really good points. Those are great, valid points. Everyone should have the training. You should clean it. You should know how to do all that stuff. And he's like, well, it's not that difficult. I just pull the trigger. And you're like, well, I've seen her bring up in conversations, how are you going to hit your target? She'll say that. How are you going to hit your target if you don't have training? You're going to hit random people are going to get hurt. And again, I'm like, but is I don't know. Is it just me? But I'm just blown away by that approach. And I wonder, with her kind of proficiency in it, I wonder if she is a Second Amendment person herself. I wonder if she carries. I wonder if she goes to the gun club. It makes me believe that. But to me, it just seemed. I'm trying to think of an analogy for it. You know what it would be like? It would be like, I think, if someone's locked up for drag racing, and then the parole board member would say, well, have you had training for drag racing? And they'd be like, no. Have you ever had training for NASCAR? no. It's like, well, then how can you do drag racing? And the reason it's like, no, you can't be drag racing in public. It's dangerous. You can't carry a gun as a convicted felon, and you're in the street selling drugs, and you have it's okay. I went on my tangent long enough. I don't have any additional information, but they paroled him because of the whole idea that he needs to have some type of supervision while he's out, and it's just I don't know. It is what it is. He was locked up March 3rd, 2023. So it was a year and 4 months at the time of the hearing, and he's getting paroled. He's getting paroled. His full term date was 8/5/2025. So my math's not good, but it's like a year or something early. Anyways, I'm wishing him the best. I hope that he does well. Maybe it is time that it'll change, but man, I don't get it. Sometimes I think you gotta just send a message, because the logic of it being safer for him to be under supervision, it just makes no sense to me. And thank you, Richard, for all the info. With that, I'll let you go.
Look straightforward. State your full name for me.
Tammy Ferguson.
Quit banging on the door.
Locked up.
How long do you think you can survive in here?
I don't know.
This is the Clark County Jail. The facility houses about 500 inmates, both men and women with crimes ranging from misdemeanor to murder. Before I took office, I think the inmates, for the most part, were running the facility. The drugs were just absolutely rampant in the jail. People were getting arrested on purpose because drugs were cheaper to get in jail.
It used to be you come to jail and get strung out.
But it wasn't just the inmates that were the problem.
Think other inmates are moving it for us? You think officers are moving it for us? Probably both.
Corruption had risen to the highest office.
Former Clark County Sheriff Danny Rodden has pleaded guilty to federal charges involving a prostitute.
Rodden faces up to 25 years in prison.
Damn. I'm responsible for everybody's well-being and safety in the Clark County Jail. There was just so much going on that was bad. It was apparent that drastic change needed to take place immediately.
A raid of the Clark County Jail to find drugs is part of a push by new Sheriff Jamie Knoll.
I made a lot of changes, but there were still problems. So I felt I needed to see things from another perspective. But it's almost impossible to get an unbiased look at what's working and what's not. Undercover COs may not rat on other officers. Inmates won't snitch on each other. What I need is ordinary people that have never committed a crime to live in my facility for 2 months. The plan is we're going to insert innocent people into the facility for 60 days. Their mission is to observe and give us feedback.
My brother was arrested. The whole prison system in that country could actually be better.
I'm a social worker by trade. Most of my work has been in gang prevention.
They don't have to work for most part. I work 2 jobs. I wake up early at 5 a.m. after work the night before. They just sleep in and play cards with their buddies. I mean, it's a disgrace.
My view on the criminal justice systems here in the U.S. is that they are not tough enough. Being a military wife, my husband works so hard to earn those 3 square meals a day. He kind of gets the same benefits that criminals do in a way. I feel like it's not very fair to him.
I chose these participants because I felt they were strong enough to handle being locked in our facility for up to 60 days.
Now, 60 days, all right. I mean, I commend you all. I thank you on the law enforcement aspect because it's going to have a huge impact down the line for how we look at this.
Our staff doesn't know that you guys are being planted in a jail. Sheriff and me and one other person does, and that's it.
Introduce yourself to me. Tell me a little bit about yourself and why you're doing this.
Yes, my name is Mr. Robert, the role model.
Okay.
And I'm a school teacher. I specialize in K through 4, but I teach all 12 grades. So this is going to be a great learning experience so I could tell them the perspective of what happens with the choices. These are the consequences you make.
Every reaction has a reaction.
Yes.
Positive and or negative, right?
Exactly.
Awesome. Yeah.
I am 21-year veteran of the police department.
Free service.
Thank you. I am doing this for several reasons. I grew up in group homes and foster homes. A lot of the kids that I went through the system with are in jail, dead, addicted to drugs, and trying to find out, why I went one way and these people went the other way.
Okay.
My name is Zach. I'm a Marine veteran, still in the Marine Corps Reserve.
Wow.
Doing this basically just as a learning experience for me. It'll give me perspective that other law enforcement officers won't have. As far as I know, nobody's ever done this before. So I think it'll give me a little bit of insight on how inmates react from the other side of the line.
Understand that. All right. So I'm brought in to let you guys know a little bit about what we call prison politics. When you walk in, is understand that you are going to be under a microscope.
Our whole facility is on video, and you're going to be constantly viewed on video.
Technology here, it was just absolutely horrible. We've got cameras in one part of the jail, it's 1987, in another part, it's 2006. So that's why I think it'd be great to can improve the cameras to see what's going on, to see stuff that we normally wouldn't be able to see.
The participants are going to 3 major sections. At times, there have been a lot of drugs in the C-pod. We want to know if they're still there. D-pod is very scary. There's fights.
So I think Squirrel is going to go live. Can anybody drop his link? I'm trying to find it real quick. There you go. Thank you, T. All right. I think it's been a while since Squirrel has been in here, but he did mention that he already had it scheduled, and that whenever he would, I guess he would go at his scheduled time, or whenever he nods out. It's not upcoming anymore. Damn it. Man. Okay. Well, wait, I think Brookie, yeah, Squirrel, he got hit. What happened to your live? Are you going live still, or what we doing? I do think that I saw that Brookie is gonna go live at 1 my time, I believe. Well, you still got time, Squirrel, if you want to go live, because I'm done. You got plenty of time. Completely up to you, but there's 30 of us here right now. We'll go straight to you if you want to. I know I'm about ready for a mustard squirrel live, please. That would be great. Completely up to you. No pressure. But okay. All right. Well, everybody be on the lookout for Squirrel, and Brookie will be going on at what? Let's see. 2 hours from now. So everybody just keep a watch on your notifications, and we'll see y'all later. Meemaw is done. Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate you. Y'all, whoever's last, shut the door on the way out. Thank yous. Bye, y'all.